Welcome to the Generation Gap Podcast, a show where every subject spirals into a tangent and the topics don't matter. I'm Gleek.
And I'm Lunchbox. Fine show, though.
Yes.
Fine show. I do dig the new intro thing.
Yeah.
Makes me think of Whose Line. Drew Carey, era Whose Line. Not that one bitch that's got it now who has only ever had one funny sketch. Like her comedy bit has only had like one funny sketch her entire life.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah. She's a stand-up comedian. I don't remember her name, but she was talking about how on your smartphone and you look up porn on your smartphone. Okay.
Mm-hmm. They got porn on phones now?
Yeah, they have porn on phones now. They have porn on everything. I could bring up porn on a PDA now. And...
Shit, I used to watch porn on my PSP. There was a whole site dedicated to that shit.
Holy Christ.
Oh, yeah.
But she was talking about how she had looked at a site of like sweaty balls was her thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And
she was in Starbucks and she was having to stand in line and she opened up her phone and went to her browser. It was just pictures of sweaty balls. Sweaty balls everywhere. And I was like, all right, that bit's funny. Rest of the show, fucking lame.
Mm-hmm.
Until she was on Will Wheaton's abomination of a YouTube show, the one where they play board games.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Tabletop.
Something.
Yeah.
Where she had these two Irish bodyguards,
mm-hmm.
and then she demanded that they bring her Irish whiskey while they played Cards Against Humanity or something.
I was about to say, an Irish bodyguard sounds like a drink.
Yeah. And, but they proceed to get absolutely fucking drunk on that show.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Will Wheaton's face gets all red, and you, like, visibly tell that this guy is schlockered.
Yeah.
Only two funny moments she's had in her entire career, and then was just like, I'm the host of Here's I Know.
Like I said, I didn't even know it was a thing. I used to watch it years ago, back when I still watched television. Mm-hmm. It was like one of the few things worth a shit on.
Oh yeah, sketch or
Who's Line?
Improv comedy is funny sometimes. I'm not going to say all the time.
I think one of my favorites when they did Rocky Horror. Have you seen that one?
I don't think I have.
Yeah.
I know.
They did a whole Rocky Horror skit, and it was pretty good.
I know the tall guy fucking hated every time like they had to do like a song where they all had to like line up and then they step forward.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time where he stepped forward and he was like, "I'm a bloody Irishman. I like to drink. Fuck this fucking song. I don't care what you think." And like you step back in the line.
Oh my god. But that's got to be the fucking... That's got to be like the perfect gig.
Oh yeah, just to make up shit all the time.
And when you think about it, Whose Line was kind of like a fucking real-time podcast for television.
A visual podcast? Or like I always saw it as a sketch comedy show.
Yeah, but I'm thinking
that went off the rails the entire time.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying a lot of podcasts tend to go off the fucking rails and just it ends up with like 2 or 3 guys just bullshitting for 2 hours.
I think if one of the guys' last name of the podcast is Smith, I think it has to.
Yeah, it's almost mandatory.
It just has to go fucking downhill. Holy Lord.
If you get a chance, listen to his Frasier podcast. Kevin Smith's Frasier podcast. I
watched him on CinemaSins today for A New Hope.
Yeah, he mentioned that on the newest one. It's the other guy. It's the one from the Nerdist,
mm-hmm.
And he was talking about that very episode.
I watched it. I didn't watch the entire thing, or like I took a shower about halfway through it, but it was in the CinemaSins style. It was very, tongue in cheek. Like you can tell that these people really do enjoy these movies.
Mm-hmm.
Here are just some things that we don't think make any sense.
I'll take it back. The podcast that he talked about it on was Babylon. Yeah.
With the CinemaSins guy, that has actually grown into a very strong brand within the past probably a couple years. Because when I first started, it was maybe getting like 1,000 or 2,000 views per hit, and they still had quite a high production value for not getting that many hits. I had heard about it off chat room. They were like, if you like Red Letter Media, you'll like this guy. And I was like, really? It was like something as good as, and this was like during my heyday of really watching every Half in the Bag that came out. I think it was like the 2012, 2013.
I hate to admit it, every time like a Half in the Bag comes out, of Best of the Worst, any of that shit, I'll go watch the video and then go read like all the fucking comments. I'm serious.
Why?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Comments are the devil. That might have been me.
I don't know what the hell that was.
That was a plastic bottle popping. I promise.
I
promise. It wasn't anything just going like.
My first thought was fucking capacitor just popped in the goddamn compressor.
I have a sick nasty story that I need to share. That just reminded me of that. Holy shit. Of course, anyone that hasn't listened to the pod, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Episode 32.
Go and listen to that one, and then refer to the story. Sick Nasty loves wrestling. We were going to watch Raw over at his house one night because some serious shit was happening, and we were trying at the time to make like a tradition of watching WWE Raw together. And so we go to his apartment at the time, and he had this. It wasn't a Sanyo television. It was like a Sawyer or like really low tier brand television.
Yeah.
And
a Sanjo.
It might have been. Who the fuck knows? But we turn it on. We hear a pop. Nothing comes on the television, and smoke starts to come out of the top of it.
Yeah.
We had just to watch an episode of wrestling. All right. We pulled that. We unplugged that television, make sure it stopped smoking. We have about 30 minutes before the show starts. We go over to Sick Nasty's mom's house. Her power's out. We can't watch it there. We unplug a little, like I think it was like a little 24-inch or 20-inch television that he had. Throw it in his car. Drive back to his apartment. Plug it all up to where this like fucking 42-inch television had been, and sit there, and we're like shoulder and shoulder watching wrestling.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But the sad part, though, is that pop you heard was probably like a 10-cent capacitor.
Yeah. But, oh God, I don't even want to think about having to take a television apart and putting it back together.
Yeah, fuck that noise. I've done it.
And it was a flat screen, too.
Yeah.
So, it's like, remember how tube televisions, they used to sell spare tubes in the stores? Nope!
Well, you can still get parts for most shit. Nowadays, especially TVs and crap, you can get new control boards, just goddamn near. If it's a brand name,
yeah,
you can find parts for it.
I don't think that they could have found parts for this thing on the backside of the moon for fucking how duct taped together and fly by night it was Chinese rigged.
Well, half of it though is pretty generic shit.
Probably.
I mean, like the sound card.
We can make a TV now.
Yeah, like most of the sound cards on TVs and shit. I bought one recently. It's a fucking little control board, like an amp. I literally paid $1. And all it is just a little 3-watt by 3-watt amp. It's as generic as you can fucking get.
Dude, I didn't even think of I don't think about most things because I don't know, parts.
Well, we got a Magic TV at the house. The sound quit working. And that's one of the reasons I got the fucking sound card. I was thinking about it I don't know about the fucking part number. Fuck it. I can just get this, make a simple little amp. I'll hook it up. And ended up fucking just hooking up the damn boombox to it. And for the longest time, we run the TV, the sound through the fucking radio. And then one day, my brother walks through the fucking living room and, of course, trips on the goddamn cord of the fucking radio, knocks some bitch in the floor, everything comes flying loose. Yeah. And the TV starts fucking working, magically. The sound's working now. All that bullshit's gone, where it was completely fucked up before. Yeah, don't ask me, man. It just magically quit working and magically started again.
So him tripping over it and pulling shit loose might have yanked
I guess
something on the inside and was like, oh yeah, connectors. It was like, eh.
Yeah, well, a lot of times that's what fucks up electronics. It'll be like...
Yeah, the corrosion or something.
Well, ain't you ever had something like an old TV, you go up there and you beat and bang on the motherfucker and it starts working?
No, I've never done that.
Really?
I've never decided I'm going to bang on something to make it work again.
I have beat the shit out of a television.
Dude, I was raised by my parents that you treat everything like it is a porcelain fucking doll.
Well, yeah, that's what my father was. He would be like very particular with the TV, but I've seen my old man pick a TV up and drop it on purpose. He's like, something's fucking come loose in it, and then pick it up like 6 inches and boom.
Nope, I've never even seen that shit done.
He called it compressive maintenance.
And
it works, like, believe it or not.
Well, I've seen my dad like tap on shit with a hammer or a wrench or something like underneath the car. But
to knock it loose.
But that's fucking metal most of the time.
Yeah, like tapping the starter to get it knocked loose. Yeah, spin.
Yeah. Me on the other hand, I'm like, I have to keep it in boxes.
Same concept.
And put it in a wig.
Same concept. I got a hard drive spinning one time that had stuck just like a starter wheel. It would not.
Did you beat it with a hammer?
No, I picked some bitch up and slammed it from about 3 to 4 inches off table. Just pow! It was plugged in. I got pissed off.
And it just started spinning again.
Yeah, and it zzz, 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 zzz. As soon as it spun up, I copied every fucking thing that was on that hard drive.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fuck it. I would be way too nervous to do anything like that because I would just like it's gonna break right away.
Well, hey, fuck it. I figured it was already broke. What the hell is it gonna hurt?
Yet again, I'm another one of those people that doesn't know my own strength.
Well, part of the hard drive now is like stuck to my wall. I ripped it apart, got the magnets and shit out.
I'm trying to think like if I've seen parts of that hard drive. I might have.
You probably have.
And just never have noticed it before.
I've got a big stack of fucking hard drive magnets where I've just been getting them and like keep snapping them together.
It's like that tall?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. I thought it was like...
Yeah.
I don't know where those magnets were from, but it was to me, I always thought it was like fucking watch batteries or something, because that's what it looked like. Well, like hearing aid batteries or some shit, and I was like...
Well, you gotta be careful. You don't want to fuck with that, because that stack of magnets... If you just put your finger down on something and like let go of that fucking magnet,
it crushes your finger.
It would break your fucking fingertip. Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah, dude. Ain't you ever seen like 2 big magnets come slapping together?
Those are big magnets.
Yeah. Well, those neodymiums. Yeah,
they're just really powerful.
Especially when you stack about 4 on top of each other.
It's like, let's go ahead and multiply this power.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't done shit all week, man.
Fallout?
Oh, yeah, that's what you've
Fallout,
done.
right?
Yeah.
Fallout.
No.
Super Mutant Fallout.
I ain't been doing shit, dude. I watched, like I said, I worked on one of my bikes. I've, fucking got that sumbitch going, and fucking other than that, I've been watching TV. Like fucking movies, documentaries, and shit.
Still haven't cracked open Breaking Bad.
I come so fucking close, dude.
Still, I'm on the 2nd episode of the 4th season already, and I may have started watching it again about middle of last month. And it's just every day when I've been coming home from work, watching 2 to 4 episodes of it, and just going through all those good memories and good times, and trying to find like even more like smaller things just to notice.
Well, see, the thing was, I opened up Netflix, where you let me use your account. I opened it up, and I watched the fucking new Trailer Park Boys, which is fucking hilarious. Spoilers, people. You got Mini-Me, fucking Tom Green, fucking Billy Bob Thornton, and the Trailer Park Boys all in one scene together.
When you were trying to think of Tom Green's name earlier, this just popped back in my head. I thought you were going to say Al Green.
Al Green.
I was going to be like, it's going to be some slow rhythm and blues in a Trailer Park Boys movie?
Red Green.
Oh, that would fit better than Al Green.
Why in the fuck hasn't Red Green ever appeared in a Trailer Park Boys?
Dude, he should be like Ricky's dad. Or no, he should be Bubbles' dad.
No, Bubbles' dad's dead.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Bubbles' grandpa?
Yeah. That would be fucking awesome.
I don't know about all these kitties here, Bubbles, but I sure do love duct tape. Maybe probably a shit ton of people don't know who Red Green is, but he's a Canadian sketch comedian.
The man is a god.
Dude, he is so fucking funny, and like they only play his shit on PBS.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's very blue collar kind of like comedy shit. But the funniest thing about it is his handyman corner.
Yeah.
And there's a thing about Canada. It's the exact opposite of the United States, where the more north you go, the more redneck it gets.
Yeah.
So these people, handyman corner, it shows them like making all of these weird contraptions that are mostly car parts, mostly duct tape. And I have seen him turn, I think it was like a Buick, like one of those old, like shitty 4-door Buicks, the ones that weren't the boat. It was like a late 80s, early 90s model, into a top-load washing machine. Because like he cut like the roof off and like just threw all his shit in it, and like made the car, when it run, it would rock like really badly. And he was like, "Oh, time for the spin cycle," and he dropped like a fan or something in it and spun all that shit in there. And
yeah, I remember when he took, what was it, a van or a car or something, and put the ceiling fan on it, made the lawnmower.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh my god,
that one and the power windows.
The power windows, I've seen him like do like a beer can launcher.
Yeah, like
so you could like be in one spot and it would fire a beer can. You could catch it. Turning the car, I think, turning the car into a lawnmower was a great episode. Yeah. My dad, while watching that, was like, "That's a pretty good idea." Puts his hands on the side of his neck.
Well, the whole idea of the power windows, is the old wind-up windows.
And using the screwdriver?
Yeah, using the fucking electric drill.
Yeah, power drill. Holy fuck. But it's a great show, and probably, like, not a lot of people watch it.
Oh man, but it is fucking great.
Their interviews with the demolition expert, where he can't hear anything anymore, and he's like, half of what he says is what?
I like that in his letters.
Yeah,
where people supposedly writing letters to him at the end,
and he gives like the common sense advice shit, and
which
is really funny in itself. Like it's like self-help columns for actual things. Like, these are the way that people actually think, and not like
exactly
seize the day horseshit. And
was that you only live once?
YOLO?
Yeah.
YOLO swag, hashtags all around it. Yeah. Did you see the hashtag that I sent you the other day?
Which one?
Hashtag guncat.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Dude, I found an entire thread on B that was just cats with guns.
Well, yeah, I was like, cool, cats with guns.
Cats with guns. Gun cat. I just wanted to find more pictures with gun cat, and I only have 2. So if anybody wants to send me more gun cat pictures, either do it at Picklestick Pod or lunchbox_GG. I will make sure to circulate them thoroughly, because I have nothing to do a lot of the time during the day except for go through and hit the retweet button and hope to God that is no one notices my feed. Like, he's not on lunch break right now.
Well, this day and age, all you could do is claim that you had it set up with a robot. Those post loaders.
Robots?
Yeah, you
All out.
Yeah. I think I bullshit for Twitter, like...
Yeah, I know. Dude, I actually was sitting playing Fallout, and I looked over at the games that I had, and I noticed that Mad Max was over there in front of my television, and I looked over for a minute, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a fun game. And then just turned back to the television and kept on playing fucking Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
I should really do something today. I should clean up around the house. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. Super Mutants.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, for me, it's been just putting around fucking trying to do shit. I've been like around the house moving crap. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time fucking cutting down weeds. Which I don't give a fuck about weeds.
They're all going to die in like a month anyway.
That's what I'm saying,
Like, it's
like people throw a fit about the leaves. Fuck
Dude.
Fuck them leaves. Let the leaves just sit right the fuck where they're at.
Dude, on the way back from Milan, with it being as windy as it was, like middle of the afternoon, there was a guy out on the main highway near the richer neighborhood with a leaf blower, blowing it all toward the road. Like, just blowing it, and he's just fucking looked like a hedge of leaves. And while he was doing that, the wind was picking up and carrying some of the leaves back into his yard. The dude was just outside, pushing around leaves with air.
Yeah.
When air was pushing around leaves with air.
Yeah. Well, fuck a Mexican jetpack. I don't waste a fucking time.
It was the most some of the most redundant shit that I had seen in quite a while.
Well, what I'd like to see would be some idiot out there trying to blow fucking wet leaves.
Just have it all stick together. Clumps and piles.
All right. I figure what the hell. I want to talk about a bad movie.
Bad movie?
A bad, but... All right, how can you put it? A bad, awful movie, but funny as hell in a stupid way.
Okay.
All right. I watched an old Rodney Dangerfield flick called Meet Wally Sparks.
Yeah, it gets no respect?
Yeah.
So this movie doesn't get any respect?
No, none at all. I mean, I think, let's see if it's got a rating.
Let's be honest with ourselves for a moment.
IMDb listed as 5.1 stars.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
So it's average.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's be perfectly honest. Rodney Dangerfield has never had a Citizen Kane.
No, this isn't his Citizen Kane by a long shot.
Do you realize that Space Jam is Michael Jordan's Citizen Kane?
Oh, God.
All right. Okay.
Well, what I like about this movie, it is so fucking quintessential 90s. I mean, it epitomizes like the fucking mid to late 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was thinking early 90s shit where everything was neon.
No, it's 97.
Windbreaker pants.
The whole thing starts off with, he does a talk show. He's supposed to be like Jerry Springer.
Uh-huh.
And no shit, dude. They've got the cameos in this fucking movie are unreal.
Yeah, it's Rodney Dangerfield. Everyone wants to be in this shit.
Yeah. And who is it fucking, trying to remember who all. There's, oh fuck. Jerry Springer, fucking Sally Jesse Raphael. She was in it. You know, she was from that time period.
Yeah.
Man, I can't remember. There's 3 or 4 different fucking talk show people.
So
playing themselves. And then newscasters playing themselves. Like E-Entertainment bullshit from that time period.
So it was pretty much like one of those movies where Hollywood just
makes fun of itself.
Yeah, it makes fun of themselves, but also gives themselves a circle jerk.
Kinda.
Yeah, that's more of what I'm seeing there because Hollywood never makes fun of itself without being able to jack itself off at the same time.
True. However, this had something though that you would have fucking thrown a fit for. All right.
Blossom?
Now hang on on the wall. Fuck Blossom. That nose got in my way.
Nah, man.
You just wanted to grab that hat and while you're boffing her in the ass, just drive her like a bus.
Just pull it over her head and make it look like, like one of the cartoons where the hat got pulled all the way down to their ankles.
Nothing but a nose sticking out.
Waddled around like Bugs Bunny.
Anyway. All right. They're one of Sparks' fucking routines. He's doing a thing about a guy that married his dog. All right. It's Gilbert Godfrey. And I can't
that dog puss is the best you ever have. Yeah. It's always tight. And there was piss and shit and cum and blood and sweat.
Pretty much. Yeah, because he asked him, how long do you think this is going to last? And he's like, in dog years? And his wife is, I can't remember this girl's name from fucking Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God.
And she's bitching and screaming something about, I can't believe you want to have sex with that dog instead of me or something. And, you know.
He's like, you look worse than what it does.
He's like, at least she doesn't roll over and play dead.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, the movie, like I said, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. Now, let me read off here. Here's a list of some of the people that was in this fucking movie, all right? You had Rodney, his assistant's Debbie Mazar.
Okay.
All right. Burt Reynolds was fucking in it. Yeah.
Thunderous mustache.
Yeah. What was her name? Shirley Feeney. Remember Laverne and Shirley?
Okay.
She's in it. Cindy Williams.
Okay.
Yeah. I cannot see her without fucking thinking that. Fucking Shirley Feeney. She was in it. Tony Danza. Of course, driving a taxi cab.
Do you know how to do the sex position called Who's the Boss?
What's that?
It's where you're fucking a chick doggy style and you ask her who the boss is. And when she looks back, or when she is like, what? And confused, and you punch her in the back of the head and yell Tony Danza. That is how you do the Who's the Boss.
And then the stepson has gay sex, smokes crank, and gets AIDS. Superman.
Oh, wow. Smoking crack leads to AIDS?
Smoking crank.
Oh, smoking crack.
Yeah, you didn't know that about him?
No.
Yeah, that he was like a fucking meth head and got the AIDS.
The sister, the sister no one gave a shit about on Full House.
Mm-hmm.
You know that she disappeared for a while as a meth addict too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
And she came back and she got clean and she did her whole bit on the Today Show and talked about how smoking meth was bad, okay? Meanwhile, Charlie Sheen smokes 7-gram rocks, gets AIDS, and doesn't give a fuck.
He's by winning.
He's by winning. He's not bisexual.
Which, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I saved up a joke all week. I saved it. I held on to it. I savored that fucking joke. I said the joke. Nothing. Whenever, I was talking about him getting AIDS.
Oh, yeah, when me and Sick Nasty in it?
Yeah, I was talking about it, or we was all talking about it, and I said, well, he was in 2.5 Men.
And then we were over here, we're like...
Wrong shit. Fucking say goddamn joke all fucking week. Sons of bitches.
Yet again, I normally throw monkey wrenches in all the plans, and it was just like 2 monkeys throwing wrenches everywhere was that episode.
Well, let me get back to this, dude. Here's the fucking some more people that was in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yep, he's in it. All right, Ron Jeremy.
The Hedgehog.
Yeah, which we'll get into him here in a bit. All right, George Wallace.
I don't think I want to get into Ron Jeremy. I'm not sure
we'll discuss him
I'm not
later.
sure what Ron Jeremy has been in, and I'm not sure of what all has been in Ron Jeremy.
I've seen several movies. All right, Michael Bolton, believe it or not, was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Bob Saget.
Of course.
Speaking of Full House.
He has to be everywhere.
Yep.
And plus it's 90s. So he was still relevant.
Tim Allen, he's in it.
Oh?
Yeah, Roseanne was in it.
Of course.
Yep.
It's 90s. Roseanne was her husband in it too, with John Goodman?
No, yeah.
What about that,
Yeah, the guy that was in The Stupids.
The guy with the glasses, you know what I'm talking about? It's always got like the fucking flat top haircut.
Yeah, her actual husband. That's what the guy, the dude who was in The Stupids.
Yeah. God, he's such a fucking annoying asshole. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. And this is a dude I was glad as fuck they actually put in that film. Morton Downey Jr.
Sam Kinnison's corpse. Oh, my bad. Sam Kinnison's corpse probably would have been the funniest person on that staff. And he couldn't tell a joke or anything.
Well, anyway, the whole point of the movie, which is fucking great, is that he's doing this really shitty show.
What? Michael Downey Jr.'s character is doing this really shitty show? Rodney Dangerfield's doing it.
Rodney Dangerfield is doing this really shitty fucking talk show, right? But it's getting huge ratings, and it's just over the fucking top.
So he's not getting any respect. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that joke several times.
He comes up with a thing, or they're losing advertising, and they're going to cancel the show. Like Burt Reynolds is the station owner.
So a little bit of UHF plot twist in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the governor of fucking Georgia is all pissed off and talking about how that he's destroying the fabric of America, you know, and just the late 90s bullshit we put up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the son of the governor sends an invitation to him, to Rodney, to come to the fucking show. All right? Or not to, what I'm saying. Sends him an invitation to come to the governor's mansion for like this big gala event he's having for his re-election and all this. Dude, from that point on, it just gets fucking bizarre. I mean, the movie has Rodney Dangerfield dancing with fucking Shirley Feeney. All right? The governor's wife with a raging hard-on. That is the funniest fucking thing you've ever seen, dude. Rodney doing a fucking tango with a raging boner.
It was more than a prom night chubby.
Yeah. And it's just...
Middle school dance chubby, I should call it.
Damn right. Yeah. Yeah. Shit's harder than $7 worth of Jawbreakers.
Woo!
Yeah, that's an oldie. But anyway.
That's back when each Jawbreaker was like, what, 5 cents?
Yeah.
So you can buy like literally millions of Jawbreakers for $5.
120.
Literally millions.
That'll be 140.
Because...
Yeah, 140.
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might as well be millions of Jawbreakers if you got 140 of them motherfuckers.
Fuck words, fuck numbers.
Fuck math.
Yeah. Okay. It ends up in the governor's office, or the governor's gala bullshit. Like, Rodney gets fucking hammered, alright? First...
As anyone does at any good gala,
yeah.
Because you have to deal with these stuffy fucks.
Ends up showing a porno, like, to all the people at the fucking... a hedgehog porno to everybody at the fucking party. Ends up with, like, video of him, like, with a big raging hard-on. Looks like he's fucking the governor in the ass. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucked up. He gets the governor's horse all fucking drunk and ends up riding the horse into the party. Yeah. And then charges the bar in a Don Quixote style where he's got the flag with a spear on it. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
So hold on a second. This is a technicality that I have to ask. If you're sober, but yet your horse is drunk, could you get pulled over for DWI?
I don't know. Probably cruelty to animals or some bullshit.
What if like he accidentally got drunk, like ate like fermented berries or something,
and on the way home the horse starts acting weird?
Yeah, it starts like stumbling a little bit. What do you do in that situation?
I don't know. I guess you just lay his ass down the side of the road and let him sleep it off, you know?
Yeah, you put him in the drunk tank. You turn him in at the police station. You go up to you can just walk in there and you're like, I'd like to file a report. Officer.
There's a drunk horse.
Like, well, I'm here to do it. You know, what's your concern, sir? It's like, my horse is drunk outside. He's spend the night in the drunk tank.
What's his name? Otis.
Ed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he ends up staying in the governor's mansion. All right, he's sleeping in the governor's bedroom. All right, and
after fucking him in the ass.
After fucking him in the ass.
At least he stayed the night over and did not run out.
This is a very much a pre 9/11 story.
Okay,
there is like no security guards
anywhere. Oh,
yeah. The governor's wife is answering the door.
Yeah,
you know, yeah. And
there's no Allah Akbars to be seen anywhere.
Anywhere, no. Not a snack bar to be seen.
Well, if it was a Rodney Dangerfield movie,
well, yeah. Wait, there was a snack bar.
There was probably plenty with a nice selection of sliced deli meats and cheeses.
Mm-hmm. Well, he ends up doing the show from the governor's office. You know, like from the yeah.
Just to add insult to injury,
it turns into a three-ring circus with like fucking sumo wrestlers and tag team wrestlers fighting and shit. Yeah. You just got to see it. The movie is, like I said, it is a combination of god awful.
And this is on Netflix?
I don't know if it is.
I'll have to look for it.
Yeah. You can find it.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, but like I said, it's god awful, but fucking hilarious, man. And it was sad. It's as funny as it is. It's completely forgettable because it wasn't until the movie was over it struck me, dude. You saw this almost 20 years ago when it was new.
So, like,
yeah,
like the only reason why you're going to remember this for a second time for a little while now is because you talked about it here.
Yeah.
And now people are like, oh yeah, we're going to see that movie. They're going to watch it and they're like, huh. And then just fucking forget about it.
Probably. I mean, it's just weird though. It wasn't until after I saw the movie, it occurred to me, you saw this like 20 years ago. I just remember seeing it. I don't remember if I was sober or what.
I've been hitting the sauce a little hard and thought it was the greatest thing ever. And then,
given the time period, I was probably really high.
really, really stoned. Like what I was for 4 Christmases. The movie 4 Christmases, I think that's the only way that can ever be watched. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember a goddamn thing from it. All I was really concerned about at the time was drinking some lemonade and eating pepperonis.
Always a priority.
Mm-hmm. Lemonade and pepperonis.
Damn right. Speaking of pepperonis, I seen this other one.
Oh no, what a segue.
It's fucking awful. That's an awful segue.
Wow.
I mentioned Ron Jeremy earlier.
Wow.
I seen him in the fucking Wally Sparks thing, right?
Okay.
And it was like I was looking at IMDb, looking up who was in the movie, and all that. The very bottom, here's the hedgehog. All right.
So you had to look through his filmography.
I don't know why the fuck I clicked it. I was like, click.
You know what? You know what I did when I looked through IMDb today? Mm-hmm. I went and I found Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, and I was like, I wonder what else he's in. Everything else I don't recognize.
Yeah.
I don't go and watch a movie with Ron Jeremy in it and be like, I know what he was in.
Well,
I've seen him a couple of times, probably not as much as anyone who is older than I am.
Yeah.
He was in a Santa hat, and he was the one that crescented that bukkake.
Or him, oh God, I'm trying to remember that one. He's in like a fairy tale movie or some bullshit, and they reference it in this documentary. Yeah, where he tries to like suck his own dick. This is one of the first ones of his I ever fucking saw. When
G4 television was still a thing, they had him dress up as Mario.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking perfect.
And the Mario gloves that he had on.
Mario the Hedgehog.
Nintendo is so mad right now.
Sega wouldn't be very happy either.
And I think Sega would like it better because, you know, their shit failed. But the fingers on the gloves were like 1.5 inches, 2 inches, like too big.
Yeah.
And so they did a cutaway of him, I think of him fucking around, where he was going like this. And they were making like a noise the entire time he was doing it. They cut away from him, like to him 3 times, and that's all he fucking did. like he was completely zoned out of anything that he had, any of his obligations. It was like, I said my line, I'm done.
Yeah. Well, this documentary I saw, I seen it in the list. It come out like in 2001.
15 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And it was called Porn Star, The Legend of Ron Jeremy. And I was like, all right.
Sold?
I'm going to watch this fucking thing.
Let me get the Blu-ray special edition with all the deleted scenes.
Now, be honest, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of cut scenes from the porns.
Lot of dick.
A lot of dick.
Wall-to-wall penis.
A lot of dick in this fucking porn.
Was there any Adidas penis, by the way? Hashtag Adidas penis.
No.
Okay.
Like I said, for a documentary, it's actually really fucking good. And it goes through, like, talking about his early years, how he got started. Mm-hmm. And he actually, believe it or not, it was a fluke. His girlfriend sent a picture of him to, like, it was like Playgirl magazine's version of Beaver Hunt.
It's like, look at this hammer.
Yeah, but they showed the picture. And it didn't look like much. And for some reason, believe it or not, though, it got people's fucking attention. And people started contacting him and shit because he had his real fucking name underneath it. And talking about how it led into this whole fucking career and shit. But there's some parts that are just cringy as hell, boy. Just like where he's explaining how he's able to do these scenes, and it just, good God.
Like, how he's able to do what scenes? You can't leave it off like that. That's a fucking cliffhanger for me, pretty much.
Well, like, what is his secrets to keeping it up?
Oh, okay.
How does he get like a boner on fucking command?
Mountains of Viagra?
No, he will not touch it. And
bullshit.
I mean, he was talking about it in the thing that if you start taking this shit, your body will get kind of hooked to it, and then you have to have it.
Okay.
But there's a really fucked up part, all right, where it shows him he's like and how cavalier the people are making these movies. They're just standing around getting ready to do the scene, and he's like, all right, let me go get my shit up. I'll be back in a minute. And he walks off, and the cameraman tries to follow him, and he's yelling at him like, get that fucking camera off me. And then the cameraman sneaks up on him, and it's so fucked up, dude. He's like in this little cubby hole, looks like closet-like area, all right? And he's got his head shoved in a corner. He's like bent over, shoved in a corner, just fucking tossing at it. You know, and then he turns around cussing at the guy like, you're a son of a bitch, you know that? You know? And then he just walks out, and he's like, all right, let's go. And I'm like, really? What? It's just... They had these interviews with other people, like other adult film stars. And there was this one guy, I can't remember his name, but he was talking about, like, this guy's a fucking legend. He's like, he can give you a 10-second countdown. Like, they'll be in the middle of, he's doing a scene and just fucking his brains out. And out of the blue, he just starts going 10, 9, 8, and it counts down, and boom. Like, he knows his fucking body so fucking well. He can give the director 10 seconds. Like, get your shit ready. 10 seconds, Mount Vesuvius is going off. Yeah.
For those of you who aren't named Cleek, I've been staring at him slack-jawed through that entire conversation, not knowing how to react.
Yeah. Well, you'd have to watch it's a good documentary. You learn a lot about that fucking industry. You know?
I can imagine.
Yeah. And at the same time, though, you see how dehumanizing that whole fucking thing is. But they show him and how much he considers it a business. Like, they showed his little black book. And it's a fucking, like a trapper keeper. All right? That is just, it looks like hieroglyphics, dude. Fucking page after page after page, every fucking body he knows in the industry. And, it shows him there like it showed his itinerary. And he's going off like, oh, I've got to do Jerry Springer today. I've got to go be on this show tomorrow. And it showed like a whole month of his shit wrote out by hand, And the whole thing was about him, like, how he's always on a fucking airplane traveling back and forth. And I was just... Good God, man,
Dick in demand, I guess?
I mean, it even showed him there, like, going to conventions.
Well, yeah.
And how the fans and shit were all just wanting his autograph and shit. And, and it showed him one trick I thought was pretty neat. He's signing some girl's tit, all right? And he writes his name backward. So when she goes looks at herself in the fucking mirror, she can see his name written normal. The signature's for nobody else. That signature is for her. And I thought, that is fucking beautiful. That is, I mean, for real. What a hell of a way to connect to a fan. You personalize it in that way. So yeah, in the future, when we get to sign women's tits, as if that'll ever fucking happen.
No.
Yeah.
No.
When we ever sign a tit, the next thing we're going to hear is, will the defendant please rise? But yeah, like I said, man, it was fucking a different kind of show. I mean, and then they showed some of how that he deals with being a, quote, second-class citizen because of this shit. Like, it showed him doing an interview, and there's 4 or 5 people all set up in front of these cameras and shit, and just out of the blue, dude gets a phone call. And he turns around, and he's like, Ron, I'm sorry, we got to drop you from this shoot. And he said, we'll do a pickup with you here in a minute after we're done with this. And you feel bad for the guy. He's getting ready to do this fucking interview with these, like, people that own that company or something.
Yeah.
And it shows him literally moving 10 foot away just out of camera and sitting down waiting for their interview to be over. You know? And I'm like, damn. You know, it's... he's a star.
But he's not their star.
Yeah, well, he's the star of that company, but that even though he's a star, quote unquote, he's talking about 80% of the population, they want to pretend you don't even fucking exist. It's just like, damn, what a hell of a fucked up... That whole business is fucked, dude.
Yeah, it's never going to stop.
Oh, it'll never fucking stop.
It'll never stop.
They talked about the burnout rate on people. I watched that in another one. It was called After Porn? After Porn. Which,
yeah, I couldn't make it like past 30 minutes.
The only part of that one, After Porn, that's any good is where Sika is talking. And, you know, she was a fucking star just like Jeremy.
Yeah.
You know, goddamn, when I was coming up, she was in every fucking thing, dude. It's some raunchy shit, too, boy. But that was the only part I cared about. But they talked about how, like, that the lifespan of an average girl in porn who's actually serious about the business was like 2 fucking years. And that even a star, quote unquote, would last maybe, if she was lucky, 6. And then they reached a burnout point.
Yeah.
Where they said, like, literally, Sika was talking about it, I'm pretty sure it was her, that all of a sudden they get to a point and they, like, lose their shit. And they either go on a Jesus spree, or they just burn up on dope, or just go completely fucking nuts. And unless they were able to take that world and compartmentalize it. You know, it is like some weird job you fucking go to. And, damn. So the combination of those 2 documentaries are pretty good for insights. But
yeah, I tried watching the After Porn one.
Yeah.
And...
yeah, Asia Carrera. Yeah.
Yeah.
Porn. I'm smart. Porn. Mensa. Bullshit.
Yeah, the entire time I was just like, all right, so when's everyone going to take their clothes off and start fucking?
Yeah.
When's it going to happen?
Yeah.
I didn't get a boner for nothing. Come on.
Yeah. And I can tell you, Asia ain't looking too well after gaining 40 pounds.
That still hit it.
Yeah.
It'd be like throwing a hot dog down the hallway. But...
you know it. A hallway with meat curtains at the end. They're probably also wore out. They're like a beaded curtain by now.
Oh, God. It probably has fringe around the outside edge.
Yeah, but it's moss.
Oh.
Stepping into that, it's like Luke going into the fucking tree, you know?
And stepping into that is more like being put into a bantha.
Those big hairy things with the horns?
Yeah, it smells worse on the inside.
Oh. You made me think of that video of the dude where he's cleaning the fucking elephant, and the elephant tries to sit down.
Oh, and it goes right on his head?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, dude, that is old internet shit right there.
Yes, it is.
Holy fuck.
Completely horrifying, but yeah.
Speaking of internet shit, I this should just be a fucking segment.
Okay.
Goddamn 4chan.
Yeah.
Goddamn 4chan. I decided, and I don't know where this is coming from besides dude getting his head shoved up an elephant's ass, but I went to a cringe thread. Mm-hmm. Cringe threads are normally a pretty good source of original comedy. I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Fuck it.
There is now a baby diaper scat fetishist.
Okay.
That involves characters from My Little Pony and how they're naughty.
And this is a real thing.
Yeah, and people take it seriously.
Okay.
So it was a picture of a diaper, it was an anime picture. Thank God it wasn't real. Of a diaper that had the perfect like Dairy Queen twisty cone type poop on it, and one of the ponies just had taken a bite out of the top of it. It had like some shit particles on her face. And he said, "I think it was a girl." I'm not really sure. The look of your disgust on your face just tells me everything right now. But that was a picture, and then the comments were the worst part.
Don't tell me these idiots were getting into it.
I would like to have that character be a naughty girl with my poopies. And there were several others. That was the most outrageous one. I felt several of my brain cells dying.
Yeah.
Like I guess I shouldn't have gone to a cringe thread thinking, I'm going to have a laugh today. I went to a cringe thread.
And had a cringe.
And cringed really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because it makes me disturbed that these people actually exist.
Well, there's this big news story about some guy. And this picture is just, it's fucked, dude. You look at this guy's face and you can see it. This man is insane. There's something fucked up in that head.
Okay.
That this guy had left his family. He's like in his 50s. And decided that since he's, what do they call it? He's trans-ageism. That he's actually, not only is he a little girl, but he's 6 years old.
I saw that.
And that he lives with this older couple who take care of him as his mommy and daddy. Yeah, and this is on like regular news sites. Like we're supposed to accept this shit or something. I read this article and I could only think two things. One, fuck whoever's agenda this come out of. Or this is the greatest troll in the long history of trolling. It's got to be one of those two things.
Or three, he's actually a crazy person.
Mm-hmm.
And thinks this is normal to him.
Yeah, but if
he woke up.
But if he was just a nut, do you think they would actually pay attention to him?
Yes. If you're that far of a nut, yeah.
No, nothing hits the news unless there's an agenda attached, one way or the other.
Either way, if he is a nut and they decide to use him to show that he was a nut, he's still a nut before the agenda was ever there.
I'm willing to say, yeah, either way. Either the greatest troll or the biggest insanity I've ever seen, ever. I'm unsurprised.
I saw it, and like I didn't know it was a real thing, because I saw it in the same fucking cringe thread.
Mm-hmm.
I seen the dude dressed up, I was like, oh, I've seen worse. And then, like, scrolled on, because I thought it was just like a dude fucking trolling.
I saw this on some news site.
This happens every day on 4chan, though.
Well, yeah, but that's 4. You know, I mean, that's Chans for you, man. I mean,
man.
When I go to a Chan, I'm not really shocked anymore.
No, like even with once you get like over the gore factor, a lot of times, like becoming obsessed with it, just you're an edgy teenager.
Yeah.
But there are a couple times where that shit's a little interesting. Like a lot of the times, the most ones that I get the most interested in is the ones with the backstories.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
There was one where a guy was talking to this kid, and it was like in some Spanish country or something, and the kid had stolen a revolver. Mm-hmm. And the guy that he had stolen it from was apparently a drug dealer. Mm-hmm. He was recording this video, and he asked him, he was like, how much for the revolver? Mm-hmm. He was like, oh yeah, $120. And he was like, so you're going to sell me my own gun? The kid looked at him and goes, yeah, I'm going to sell you your own gun. So a drug dealer pulls out his gun, and like you see the kid back up for a second, like other kids that are with him like run off. Mm-hmm. Kid starts to run off, pop to the back of the head.
Wow.
This kid was probably like 8 to 11.
That's fucked.
And stole. How fucking stupid do you have to be, though, being that young and still going around stealing someone who is dangerous's revolver?
And then try to sell it back to
them.
and
then try to sell it on the streets to strangers who you don't know.
Yeah. I've come across some shit that there's one. It's a big mystery, and I want to know what the hell ever happened. And I followed some links, people mentioning shit, but it was on Baphomet.
Okay.
Which Baphomet is a fucking ocean of piss, dude. It's the Wild West in there, you know?
When I do go to 8chan, I hardly ever go to Baphomet. But yet again, I hardly ever go to 8chan.
Oh, I like 8 more than I do 4.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, full chan, you know? But that's all politics.
Yeah.
There's a whole politics behind that, and we're not even getting into that.
Me, I'm like, whatever, and just fucking still lurk.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, I've been to 4 recently. I'll tell you about it here in a minute. But
Trap Threads.
What?
Trap Threads.
That's
that's all it's there anymore is Trap Threads. She has a very feminine penis. She.
Oh my god.
Feminine penis.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Whatever you say, Bailey. Whatever you say. But yeah. Anyway, I was on this Baphomet thing, and it become a dude. They followed this for a while, and it just they finally ended up like a mystery. It was this fucking daycare, and it was in like Utah or somewhere. It's brightly painted, freshly painted, but derelict as fuck. If that makes sense. All right. Like,
it just looks run down, but it's like putting a new suit on a pile of shit.
Yeah. And it was completely empty. But there was some shit leading to it that there's something up with this. Some guy had posted it like, this is, near me and it creeps me the fuck out. Does anybody know anything about this place? And it got to where people were like coming up on it, like that lived in the area, going to it, taking pictures through the windows and shit. And you could see like this motherfucker hadn't been used in forever. But there's like every once in a while kids going to it and going in. And
bullshit.
I'm not fucking playing, dude.
Bullshit. Is there pictures?
There's pictures of
kids going in it?
Of going up to it, knocking on the fucking door, and going in.
Nope.
Okay.
All of my nope.
Yeah. And what's weird is that they, like on the outside, there's this fucking emblem of a rabbit. Okay. Of like a white rabbit. That the fence and all this is fucking rusted as hell. And here's this newly put on decal or whatever the fuck. And well, if you get into it, they're going into the connotations of shit. What does a white rabbit actually symbolize, and certain groups and shit. Like there was a whole thing about the group called the Finders, which is fucking insanity. It's from the 80s. It was like a group of kidnappers and shit. Yeah. But they went into this, got to researching. They pretty much were saying that they thought that they had found, like, or open up the fucking top and peeping into a whole fucking kidnapping ring. And then Baphomet itself just seemed to throw its hands up and back the fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, this is bigger than we really want to get into. And they were finding, like, these weird sites for importation of toys and shit from, like, China and places. And they were getting it because they were all using the same really shitty code on their pages. Like this copy-paste shit. And it was these sketchy fucking companies. And they were finding, like, where these things have been transported, like a 40-ton fucking cargo thing had been brought in. And and then was moved out. And they had this whole fucking story. Like, my God, are these fucking people putting people... You know what I mean? Like getting these kids, putting them in these goddamn cargo containers and shipping them. And it was this huge thing.
There was a thing for a while that my parents were into about people being able to build homes inside cargo containers.
Yeah.
It would be super easily to set up a living environment, especially for children, in a cargo container. Oh my fucking God.
That's kind of what they were getting at. But it got to involve in like government level shit of like that whole fucking British pedophile scandal.
Yeah.
And it finally, like, Baphomet itself, like I said, Wild West, they backed the fuck off and like, we don't fucking want to know anymore.
Yeah, because even the trolls at that point were like, nope.
Yeah.
Dude, as soon as I would have seen like pictures of kids going into that, in that fucking sketchy ass building. I would have been like, abandon thread. Just abandon it.
I was fascinated in that. I was like, what the fuck are they uncovering?
Dude, they had... So I don't go. They were finding fucking links because fucking creepy factor.
Yeah, but they were finding connections like this one dude who was like a fucking gun runner and other shit and just craziness. Which, speaking of X, okay, I mentioned the time I've been back to 4. When I go back to 4, it's for X. Yeah, because they have a really good Art Bell fucking thread
every time,
every night. Which, unfortunately. Okay, Art Bell's no more on the radio.
Again.
Yeah, he's been forced to quit. Over the last month and a half, he had 3 major incidences where people like trying to fucking kill him. Yes. One time he was on the air with, I can't remember if it's the first or second time, Michio Kaku. Okay. I listened to all these interviews and shit, but his house got shot at. Like, some dude fucking come up to the house and fucking unloaded on it while he's on the air. And you can't hear nothing. He's in a sealed studio, but it was a, big thing. And another time, like a fucking few weeks later, he gets up because, like, lights had come on or something on his property or something. And in the commercial break, he gets up, goes to look outside, gets his pistol. And he looks outside, and here's a motherfucker hiding right next to the door who takes off running out into the desert. Yeah. And the other day, this would have been last Wednesday. He's heading from his house out to his studio, and somebody took a shot at him from the desert and then was yelling shit at him. And he said in his statement, that he spent 20 fucking minutes with his face buried down in the dirt. Like waiting for cops and shit to arrive. And he threw his hands up. He said, look, it's scaring the fuck out of my wife and kid. And I just can't deal with this no more. And you know how disappointing that shit was? That's so fucking
sad.
Yeah.
That somebody doesn't like him.
Yeah.
That much. And all he's trying to do is like reconnect back to his old audience.
Oh, yeah. His audience is there, dude. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Him leaving might bring down the whole fucking DarkMatter Network. Yeah. Because after he's off every night, Hoagland comes on.
Yeah.
Which, goddamn, I love me some Richard Hoaxland. I mean, he's weird, dude. He's right about a lot of shit, but out there about some others. He's fucking great. Yeah. But he come on his show after Art had stepped down and this woman took over. I can't remember her fucking name. He comes on talking about his show. And just straight up, he'd been talking how that the server cost was, they were goddamn going broke because of the fucking cost of servers, like bandwidth.
Yeah.
And there was a huge fucking thing. It was a whole thing between X and fucking Belgab. Because some asshole on Belgab claimed that he could get the hackers on 4chan to go do some shit for him. And 4chan, like, fucking, lol.
Ha!
Yeah.
Especially on X, dude.
Yeah. And then there's this
you want the real hackers? You go to G.
Yeah. Well, there was this whole back and forth. You know what I mean? It's been almost like a fucking... Guys from X fucking with Belgab fucking with X.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like what they call them. Instead of Belgab, they call them the ball gaggers. Yeah. But... he come on talking about it. He's already had trouble dealing with these assholes like Hoagland has. And, the bell gaggers. But he comes on and just straight up says, like, with Art stepping down, the chances are that the whole network's going to fucking close up. And I was like, son of a bitch. If one fucking stalking asshole brings down a whole fucking network, and dude, the shit on that network is entertaining as hell. It might be completely, Weekly World News level shit.
Yeah.
But goddamn it, it's entertaining. I mean, they even run some of the science shows like Kaku's weekly science programs and all that. It just pisses me off, dude, because that's some good fucking entertainment.
Yeah, and it's one person keeping someone who is beloved by their fans away from them.
Yeah.
Like, that would be what pissed me off most. It'd be like, it would be like if JonTron stopped making videos because one person shot at him in New York City.
Yeah.
I'd be like, John, everyone gets shot at in New York City.
Or what if Lennon had the bullet had missed? Lennon decided, even though he's alive, I'm not going to record anymore because this guy Chapman's still out there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what Art Bell is. You know, think about it. When it comes to broadcasting, he's the fucking Beatles of broadcast. Yes. Dude, I'm willing to put it hands down. Art Bell is a better fucking broadcaster than Rush Limbaugh or anybody else on the fucking radio. He is the old man when it comes to it. He's like
when you have a disc jockey personality. To me, number one in my book. And if I was to ever become a disc jockey, I'd want to be a lot like Wolfman Jack.
Well, you would grow the beard.
I would grow the beard, and I would howl, and I would just be Wolfman Jack Jr.
You know, it's working on mine.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I just too goddamn lazy to cut it off.
I wish that I could grow a beard again.
Yeah, I look like a wolf man.
But dude, fuck, Rush has been doing it.
Art's been doing it a lot longer.
Since the late 80s, and then you also have Mark Levin too.
Well, here's the thing that I'm worried about, and this is the way that the whole internet's going. You know, a lot of the good personalities are now behind paywalls.
Yeah,
you have to subscribe to their shit.
Yeah, Rush has always been behind a paywall.
Yeah, well, Rush was doing like Art. He would present his show live, and if you want to go back and listen to the old shows...
Yeah, they're going to pay for it.
Yeah, you pay a subscription fee. That I'm fine with. But you get other really good fucking personalities like John B. Wells. And I don't know if you've ever listened to Wells.
I don't think so.
Dude, John B. Wells has a fucking radio voice. It is fucking, perfect. When it comes to radio, damn. Just damn.
It's like, I wish I talked like you.
I would give up this fucking hack-ass fucking voice I got, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you gotta... The secret is to sounding really good on a microphone. Liquor.
Oh,
That's how everyone does it. Liquor, man.
That's the secret to anything.
I drink every Friday and Saturday, and then when Sunday comes around and I shake off that hangover...
Yeah.
There we go.
Well, I could try to have a radio voice.
And welcome to WKRP Cincinnati.
WINO, wonderful wino. God bless you, Carlin.
All right, speaking of wonderful winos and radio voice, the homeless dude who had the golden voice that did like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He is like... He's a radio guy now. So, would his call sign be the Wonderful Wino?
I hope. God, I hope. Wonderful crackhead.
Well, I'm not going to say that he smoked crack.
Oh, he smoked crack.
He smoked crack?
He admitted he's smoking crack, yes.
And then he had that beautiful voice?
Yeah.
From smoking crack.
I guess.
Dude, that's what we've been doing wrong all along.
Nope.
We should have just been smoking crack.
Nope. Nope. I'll stick to sounding like a fucking mix between Beavis and Butthead, But yeah, like I said...
Smoke some crack.
It's just killing me, though, about when it comes to, especially the late night stuff. I want some fucking... God damn it, I want me some late night conspiracy radio. And it just pisses me off. Like, now the only person that's left worth a shit is Wells. And he's behind a paywall. Yeah, I've thought about subscribing to his shit anyway.
You've got to make some money somehow.
I'm not blaming him. I am not blaming him at all.
Capitalism.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him at all. But when I think of the people that I listen to constantly, I'm like, fuck, $5, $10 a piece, man. By the end of the month, I'm out $40. Easily.
$5 a show?
No, for a month subscription.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
Multiply it. Like, I think Art's show went up to like $10 a month. And then like Hoagland's shit, his 19.5 club, which there's a reason for 19.5. Just look into him and you'll know.
Is it like $19.50?
No, it's like $5. But Club 19.5 though, it has to do with geometry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and which he's all about the geometry. That kills me to see. Like I said, a whole network is potentially going to be took down. I'll find out Monday what's happening, because this was all released like on Friday.
Okay, here is like I guess on the off chance that we ever get listened to by anybody that can whisper in someone's ear. This is a little advice that I hope that one day that we will use, and the system of Patreon, because it's based on how much content you put out.
Yeah. So
if we made 4 shows a month, someone says, "Oh, I want to give you $1 a show." Yeah. They give you $4 a month, and then you give them like all kinds of perks and shit. Yeah. Blah, like crowdfunding things.
Pay what you think it's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is how a lot of times when I do odd jobs for people don't know how to react to it because I tell them, give me what it's worth to you.
Yeah.
Pay me what you would want.
Yeah. And I think that is a wonderful thing for people that are just out there making content, because you could use you could put in comments, you can tweet them, you could fucking subscribe to them on YouTube, give them a thumbs up, do all these positive things, like them on Facebook.
Yeah,
you can do all this shit, but at the end of the day, I mean, some of the YouTube shit might put bread on the table, some of their advertisers might put a little bit of bread on the table, but
tip your waitresses, folks.
Yeah, like tip the people that make you feel good. Like right now I'm wearing a Hail Mary Mallon t-shirt.
Yeah.
I fucking love Hail Mary Mallon. Aesop Rock and Rob Sonnet together as a rap group. Fucking amazing. Bought a shirt. The Uncluded bought a shirt. Aesop Rock himself bought a shirt. JonTron bought a shirt.
Yeah.
Like, if these people are putting out merchandise and you have to support independent things, don't go to Hot Topic. Stop doing shit in stores. Yeah. Stop it! Bad!
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad consumer. You're not supporting the people that actually need to be supported. They're being fucking having their ass wiped by the record companies right now, Metallica.
Yeah.
You don't need anything. They don't need anything. What, does Lars need another gold-plated swimming pool? No! You know who needs, like, food now? Probably Aesop. Who needs a pack of smokes and doesn't have to go down to the corner store with a pocket full of nickels? Probably Mr. Aesop Rock.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure that, yeah, to show your appreciation, if you was, like, at a show, if you say, hey, man, I got this book of fucking Mickey D tickets. Hey, look, what's this? It's a $20 gift card, man.
I know. Oh, God, it was Colt Cabana.
Wouldn't that be some of the best fucking support you could give to a guy? Like, it'd be like going up to a fucking rock and roll star and you reach in your pocket. Colt Cabana
did that shit.
And hand him a quarter bag. Like, here, man, smoke up. Have fun.
Yeah. But Colt Cabana did that shit, all right? He mentioned on his podcast how much he loves Subway. A lot of fans, I think I didn't get any Subway like coupons in the mail, but if I did, I would have sent them to him. A shit ton of his fans sent him Subway coupons.
Yeah.
So that he could eat. That's great.
That's almost as crazy as Red Letter Media.
Getting all the pizza rolls or sending out the pizza rolls?
Yeah, sending out the Tortino pizza tickets or coupons. Yeah. Yeah, because it come from one of their videos where Plinkett says...
If you go ahead and you send us an email or a website, we'll be sure to send you out some pizza rolls.
Yep.
Look at my Titanic snow globe, Lavi.
I fucked my cat.
Yeah, but Colt Cabana did that, and God, he did this thing too, where he had cut his finger like in a dirty independent wrestling ring, and it became infected. And he sold a T-shirt to help pay for his doctor bills that said "Save Colt's finger."
What I think of that movie, The Wrestler, where he cuts his hand in the meat slicer.
Ah!
Yeah, but that scene is fucking beautiful, where he
yeah, but still...
He storms out of the store just like he's storming out of the ring. Yeah.
Still. That's
a movie, dude, we've talked about it before, but that's a movie I really want to watch. Like, me and you sit down and watch it and do a commentary track.
Just so that I can do the commentary part over the wrestling bits?
Yeah. Well, just that, and it's one of the best sports movies ever.
Rocky, man.
I said one of.
Yeah, one of. Yeah, like I know someone right now, and he listens, and his friends listen, and I want him to know.
What? Wait a minute. We actually have listeners?
Well, yeah, like
in America?
Maybe.
Oh.
But I'm going to call him out right now.
Uh-oh.
He's never watched any Rocky movie.
What the fuck are you doing, kid? Go watch a goddamn Rocky movie.
Yeah, stop listening to this.
What the fuck are you doing?
What do you... It's on Netflix right now. I know you have Netflix, you fuck. He doesn't know who Paulie is. He doesn't know who Adrian is. He doesn't know who fucking Mick is.
Oh my god.
Doesn't know Apollo Creed, Clubber Lang.
Who the fuck?
Ivan Dragoff, and we won't talk about the fifth one. Yeah. And anyway,
or anything after that, really. Yeah, go watch the first 4 movies, man.
Go watch fucking Rocky, man. I get emotional, like
yeah.
my eyes well up.
Yeah.
Every fucking time at the end of Rocky 4, when all the Russians are rooting for Rocky.
Yeah, exactly. And he's all fucked up and shit.
I'm still fighting America! And just fucks him up.
Well, there's one line. I can't remember which movie it is.
If he dies, he dies.
What I'm thinking, there's one scene when it comes to the idea of just, you keep going no matter what. Rocky's laying in the corner and he's like, cut me, Mick.
Cut me, Mick.
Yeah.
You're gonna eat lightning and crap thunder. Dude. Fucking Mick is just one of the best, characters out of every movie ever. He's, within the top 10. Just being, and he's not even, well-versed. Yeah. Right? They didn't make him dynamic. They didn't make him, that deep.
He wasn't even, the Master Yoda.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't even,
He was just a regular boxer.
Obi-Wan. Yeah, and that's what's so fucking great about the Mick character. You're a bum, Rock. You're a 2-bit leg breaker. Dude, it's so fucking great.
Watch no fucking Rocky.
I know, it's disappointing.
Shit.
Yeah. This has been a fine Picklestick production of the Generation Gap podcast. I have been Lunchbox.
I'm Gleek.
And we'll see you guys next week. You can follow the Generation Gap podcast on Twitter at PicklestickPod, or you can shoot us an email at picklestickproductions@gmail.com. Visit our web zone, picklestick.com, and you can also find us on Stitcher and iTunes.